Hello, hello, hello. Welcome back to the stream. Long time no see, to be honest. Let me quickly check if audio is right. Yeah, looks perfect. Alright, so we're gonna start today with GeoGuessr, obviously. I haven't played it for a while. I think last time I played it last time I streamed. But it went pretty well because we are becoming professional, if I may say so myself. Obviously we are not, I'm joking, but we are improving. Yeah, so let's start with GeoGuessr, I guess. Let's jump into the game. Or maybe I'm just gonna tell you straight away what we're gonna do today. So for the people who gonna watch it, they would have their full plan of what's gonna happen in the stream. So where we left last time? Last time we left with us going through the Firebase analytics, seeing why my app is kind of not retaining any people, and why my app actually sucks as a habit tracking app, and why I do not see any market gaps or niche market where I could actually create and release my app and essentially get paid for what we are creating. Or in other words, I don't see why users would use my app. So we are actually pivoting from the idea of the habit tracking application, and we're creating something more similar to a goal tracking application, which is pretty much the same concept. We extending on top of the habit tracking application and adding more features, more overview, goal tracking. We're renaming plans to goals, and adding totally different functionality than the habit apps have. I'm really excited actually with these implementations. I still use my app on a daily basis. I track my habits, and I do enjoy using it, but it's not as useful as maybe other habit tracking applications. And for this reason, we are pivoting. So for someone new coming to the stream or watching this video, maybe it's not clear what is happening, so I would recommend maybe going through previous streams so it will be more clear. But as you can see, I have my essentially tasks planned, all the management up here. And last time we went through and started implementing home screen and the goal list. Let me check if I have the app running. I do not. Let's just quickly run it. I'm gonna show what we have so far. I also can go through the analytics quickly. There's this analytics. As you can see in analytics, nothing much have changed. We're still running at 65 users active, which is not accurate, to be honest. And I should probably, like I mentioned last time, remove analytics from my website, because I think that all these users are coming from the website itself rather than in the application, rather than from users actually using my app. And we do not see the web app here, we just see the Android application and iOS application. iOS app is not released yet. It's just me using it on my iPhone. But as we can see, the retention is horrible. We we have like on March 22 users coming and essentially none of them staying. And this is what we're trying to fix right now. Obviously, you could say that it's shitty idea of the app, that's why users not using. But I do think that is nice application, and we're just missing. We're just essentially missing some features in the app. Yes. So what we have in the application? Let's maybe start with the GeoGuessr. Let's start with how we start things, and then we're gonna go through the application and what I have done behind the scenes, and what we're gonna be implementing today essentially. So let's go. Let's get straight away to playing GeoGuessr. Let's see the daily mission. I really want to see it. Play a duel. Okay, whatever. It's just a duel. I'm in a bronze. Nice. Let's do moving or no moving. I think no moving is easier for me than moving. I think it's easier to play, because then I can pressure users. This is Thai, I would say. Thai version, Thai letters, Thai version of let's get some there. Let's Bangkok. It could be okay. What is this? Oh yeah, Thailand. Okay. This is Brazil. Clubados. I think it's Brazil, to be honest. I know it could be something else. Yeah, but we're in Brazil. Could be somewhere here. Still closer. Pure luck. Oh, it's Paraguay. Was it Paraguay? Yeah. I don't know. It's just border to Paraguay. Okay. This one is tough one. Preco Justo. I think it's Zone Sul. I think it's Brazil again. Yeah, Brazil, but we are. Let's guess up here maybe. Still closer. Pure luck. Pure luck. Gambling on my luck. Maybe we should play casino today. Okay, I have no idea where it is. It could be Cuba. Cuba. How do you pronounce it? Yeah, but this is like looks European. Can I see the plate numbers? Okay, this is not Europe. Maybe it is. This is bluish. Difficult. Let's guess Portugal maybe. Madagascar, what? Saint Paul. What the fuck is this island? I have zero idea, to be honest. But I'm closer, that's all that matters. How the fuck am I supposed to guess up here? Okay, Russia, we're in Russia somewhere. It's definitely Russia. What's like likely? Moscow, I guess. extra. Okay. Like there is no chance for me to guess. Like if I cannot walk, it's like I have zero idea how to even figure out it. Yeah. The fuck is this? Entrada. Okay, so we like in Latin America somewhere. Carne Sonara. USA. Okay. No, but this is not USA. Could be Mexico. Looks Mexico. Just because of this, let's guess Mexico. Really hard to say, like I cannot distinguish between Mexico and... Fuck yeah! Owning the guy. Like zero chance for him. I guessed it from the cowboy hat. Because I feel like in Latin America no one wears. Except Mexico. People with Mexican people. The cowboy hats. Throw party. Shemek. Polish guy. Like I'm Lithuanian, so I have to win this. Compliance and blister packaging. Is it UK? No, this is this looks like USA. This is definitely USA. It could be actually Australia. No, okay, it's USA. USA, but where? I would guess somewhere here. Let's see what he's trying to do. Bruh. Okay, Canada. To be honest, it was a difficult one. Like I would never guess it's Canada. It looks like a border United States, so that would be a guess. Davai, wedding. This is probably Indonesia. Antomoba. This looks like Thai or Indonesia somewhere. Oh, it's I think it's actually Japan. My guess, but I think it's could be most likely it's Thailand. I feel like Thailand or Malaysia or Indonesia. It's definitely not Brazil. Bro, how you guess it's fucking Indonesia in Brazil? Owning Polish guy. What is this, USA? USA, but where? Looks like Detroit or something. Some port, but like closer to Miami maybe. Atlanta, let's guess Atlanta. Owning. Actually, it could be not USA, it's probably USA. Actually, he could be right. Yeah, Boston. I knew it's like, I felt that it's like, but you see, like it's like in summertime, it's really hard to guess for me because it's, I feel like around the New York area is much more colder. It looks like it's raining, to be honest. I don't know, it's like maybe Pueblo, Fuerte, okay. Ambulancia. Uruguay, okay. Here's Uruguay. Where the fuck is Uruguay? Beating Polish guy. Like I feel like maybe it's not Uruguay, but it could be. Could be something else, to be honest. Like Paraguay. Fuck yeah. Owned! Like no chance for the dude. Look, I told you that I'm fucking pro. I'm pro at this game already. Just beating like there is no tomorrow. Are we like in bronze already or no? Promoted to silver, okay, like we're pretty far. Oh look, Lithuanian. I have to beat Lithuania. I'm Lithuanian, I have to beat Lithuania. Poggi. Europe. Weirdo. Looks like Germany. Could be Austria and Denmark, to be honest. No, it's not smoky bacon, but it's not Denmark. I know in Denmark they have auto. This looks like Germany. You see, I cannot tell whether it's Germany or Parkshane Lucen. Yeah, let's get somewhere here. Vamos. Pure luck today. I'm telling to you guys, we should play casino today. Like I could guess by sun, but I'm just gonna make fun out of myself, so it's better not do that. Bullen Street, St. John's. This could be... You see, this could be Canada. New Zealand, okay. Pure luck again. But yeah, like on round 3, like what is double points, I think. Looks like Governor House. Narhuget. This looks like Africa, to be honest. South Africa. And Dodges. Who else speaks English in Africa? I don't think Benin, bro, like what the fuck? Nigeria. Interesting. God damn it, like fucking Africa is so huge. It's like wrong country and I'm losing so many points. Looks like Asia, could be India. I don't know where they have this yellow plate numbers. Is it Philippines? Liberia. CO, what is CO? I don't fucking know what is CO. Cambodia or something. It could be Philippines. Actually, it could be Latin America somewhere. It's like really hard to guess. Yeah, no, it's not. Is it Philippines? I think I'm gonna lose this one. It could be like Latin America somewhere. Abierto. Yeah, it's gonna be somewhere here. Doesn't sound like Brazil. Chile maybe? Peru? Colombia, okay, I knew it. In the bay. I was right. Russia though. It could be anything. Yeah, Russia. I'm not gonna even try to guess it. It's close to Moscow. Please. No! Damn. I wonder if he's seen like something that give away the country. I still got plus 12 points, nice. And I beat Lithuania. Can be better. Let me quickly check. Right, we can play a couple of more games. Maybe one more. This is something I've never seen before. Is it Turkey? Looks like Turkey somewhere. Oh damn it, I do not know where is this. Could be somewhere here. India. That I would never guess, okay. It was impossible to guess, to be honest. Russia. Is it Russia? It is Russia. Could be Kazakhstan. Maybe it is Kazakhstan, to be honest. Let's guess Kazakhstan this time. Okay, this is that's like pointless to guess, to be honest. In Russia, unless you see like city name, it's pointless to guess. Outdoor retail, okay, so this is gonna be Philippines. India again, what the fuck? India is so diverse, like from the way it looks like, but I swear it was like some Asian island countries. This looks like Canada, to be honest. It's definitely Canada, but like really hard to guess where. What is this? I don't even know what is this. In Canada. New Brunswick. What are these cities? This looks like what? Okay, this one I do not know. Looks like Russia, to be honest. Look at this, like who else would like figure out to put the gas pipe on top if not Russia? This is gonna be Russia somewhere, but like somewhere could be Kazakhstan, to be honest. Fuck yeah! Do you know why they put these pipes on top? Because it freezes in winter and pipes explode on superior cold superior. On low temperatures, pipes explode. So they put it like on top. And I don't know, like in Canada they don't have it, so I feel like they figured out something how to do it. But if you see pipes on top, it's usually some Russian countries. It's the only tell for me. And I know it's gas pipe because in Lithuania we had similar ones. Denmark, I feel like. Really hard to say. Not give any time for it. What he's trying to guess is it's definitely Europe. It's definitely not Germany. Stockholm. Well, I was close. I could have guessed how rich cars were because it was electric, so that the only tell for me would be this is I feel like this is USA. USA, yes. It's gonna be like somewhere colder. It could be Minnesota. Let's guess it here. Could be Canada. Minneapolis. Look at me. Owning the guy. Owning. It's pure luck, like I just guessed it. Okay, this is India. Not gonna try to read it because I'm gonna get cancelled straight away. Mirania House. I'm not gonna say where. Let's just guess somewhere here. Europe. Okay, Slovakia. Let's just not give him time. Where is this fucking Slovakia? Could be Serbia. Is it Serbian flag? No, I think it's Slovakia. Fuck yeah. Was it Slovakia? Yes. You see, I can own it on time whenever I see like the flag, and because we don't move, if he doesn't see the flag, I can win. Policia, militaria. This could be Brazil. No, this looks. If I would need to guess, it's Brazil, but we are in Brazil. This looks very humid. Okay. Natal. Actually won. Fuck yeah. Looks like I'm playing like a pro. Let's just go to silver, and this is silver, right? Yes, let's beat a couple of more and just go to silver, and I'm gonna continue with my app. Russia. Russia could be Ukraine, to be honest. No, it's definitely Russia. Let's guess somewhere here. Ukraine, okay. The reason I thought it's Ukraine because of the car. It had the symbol. I don't know what is the symbol, but I know that Ukrainian army uses a similar one. So that's why it clocked. This is probably India. Is it Indian? I would guess it's Indian. Elephant House, Harry Trading. to tell if it's India. Looks very Asian, but looks very poor. Sri Lanka, okay. Come on, bro, it was like near ocean. You guessed middle ground. Central. Looks like Eastern Europe. Europe, yes. Todd Joseph. Romania. Looks like Romanian. Some Romanian village. Could be Bulgaria too. Hungary. Hungary. Oh, it's Polish, dude. We have to be more serious about this. Make it a Farah. This is America. USA. Yes. To be honest, it could be Canada. They have palms. But I think it's somewhere, gonna be somewhere here. But it's probably Canada, to be honest. But like, do they have palms in Canada? Bro, this is such a loss for you. It's even shameful. Like a pro, I'm telling to you, I could be like could play it professionally, to be honest. So did I get promoted or no? Oh, it's per week. This is how it works. I think it's per week. All right. What is this? Hiker. What are you trying to do here? All right. We own a couple of people. Now we need to be owning Biksie application. The Biksie application implementation. So I thought today we're gonna be implementing the goal list, but obviously I done some work without you guys, from the people who gonna watch. You can already see some things implemented in the app. Let's just quickly check what we have implemented. Delete the app. So today what we're gonna be implementing, we need to implement the designs for the goal list, and what you actually seen already, displaying a list of goals, show current date, and goals title. This title is already implemented in the app. This is how it looks like. And the details page, which is essentially this. So in this phase 1 implementation, what we're trying to get to release 1.3 version of app we're not gonna have the milestones implemented just yet. So all we're gonna have is habits, and obviously in our app we're not gonna call it habits, it's gonna be activities, which can be tracked on daily basis. And then we're gonna have milestones, which is also gonna be activities, but it's gonna be more like a to-do list, and we're gonna track it just once. The idea behind it is essentially to have, as we discussed in previous streams, an application where you try to achieve some sort of goal. And this goal might have tasks which are repeating continuously. So for example, if your goal is to learn to play guitar, right? You're gonna do some sort of practicing every single day. So you're gonna play maybe guitar, Mondays, Tuesdays or something like that. And you wanna practice that on weekly basis, on daily basis maybe. This is where we're gonna be tracking the activities in this view. But your milestone could be play a song, with a guitar. So you're gonna have play AC/DC TNT, song, and it's gonna be one milestone. Maybe it's not gonna be a song, but it's gonna be something else, But maybe you want to perform as a guitarist, in some sort of band. So your next milestone could be play in a band, and you're gonna have maybe multiple milestones. So this is for the repeating tasks. For example, to play, guitar every Friday, or get a lesson every Friday. But then you're gonna repeat this for a month or two, and you can track and then see the overview. So this is how you're gonna track the goal, and eventually you could see the whole process essentially logged in the application, how you achieve this goal. And I think it's a neat thing for you to track, because like I mentioned before, the biggest issue for me is that I do have a bunch of goals which I track, but I track them in a bunch of different places. So for example, I use Notion, like you can see up here, for project management, where I have every single task described and what I need to do. And it's very useful, and I'm not planning of quitting Notion itself, but for example, I track, workout plans as well in Notion. But I do not have one place where I see everything, what's happening in my life. So for example, streaming, I do not see, the milestones or goals. I could do that in Notion, but Notion does not give me the structure to do that. So for example, I could track habits, but then I cannot see this in a dashboard type of thingy. So for example, on Biksie, you're gonna be able to see which goals you are working continuously. As you can see, it says, for example, strong. You're gonna have labels as rebuilding, strong, growing. It's not gonna be on a goal, but just to get a gist of how we're gonna be measuring this, it's gonna have different labels. So this is the label that we're gonna probably use for the habit app, itself rather than the goal. So that's the main idea. And we already have implemented habits, as you can see over here. We have the calendar view. We're gonna display this subtitle 0.1 goal just for visual purposes, because otherwise it's gonna look super empty. So for now we're gonna have this. We're gonna have activities instead of habits for now. So we're gonna release 1.3 version with habit tracking only. And then we're gonna brainstorm and figure out how we're gonna implement the milestones when we're gonna progress with the app. But in the 1.3 version, we're not gonna have it. Uh, Very important thing what we need to implement, because I already started using this application without fully finishing it. I already see some drawbacks, which is before any app we had all the habits in the main screen, and the way I would use it, essentially I would open the application and then I just log it. And on majority of days I do not want to think about what is happening. I just want to track it and see the list. So one shortcoming with this implementation, because we moved plans essentially in home screen, we renamed it into goals, but now to see the habits, so for example for morning routine habits, I need to open and see the habits up here. But then for another goal I want to open another and then see it. So but like I do not see the full list of the habits I want to track, and that is kind of annoying, because now I need to go through 3 of them, see if I have any habits, and then track it. To solve this problem, we essentially want to have a focus mode where you press focus mode and you see all the habits you want to track for that day, and that's how we're gonna solve it. But that's gonna come with later streams and later implementations. For now we're just gonna have this, and we're gonna work on the tasks what we have today. Let me see what we have for today. Let me just be on the correct branch first of all. So like I mentioned, last stream what we implemented, it was just a list of the goals. I added numbers, a little bit designed it better. I added goals title, I added date itself on top. I think date is not necessary, and maybe we're gonna remove it later on. But for now, like I mentioned, it's gonna be like super empty, because we don't have like labels underneath it. So I think this just adds extra, you could say that the extra noise, but I think it just, looks nicer for now till the app looks empty. This is the main reason I'm here. So what I implemented behind the scenes is essentially the numbers up here. I added the date on top. I'm not gonna hide the bottom navigation bar from this list, because I started realizing that the idea to use just gestures in the screen to open menu, it's very difficult to implement, in the sense that I had an idea that you're gonna be long pressing on background, and then you're gonna see some sort of context menu to go to list of activities and goals, or to see profile. But that's essentially not possible, just because it's a list. So whenever you're gonna have more goals, you're gonna essentially be pressing on the goal itself, and it's not gonna be on the background. We could think about something else, how we would want to make it, maybe a swipe up or something like that, or buttons on top. So for example, I know that it's gonna be focus button probably up here somewhere, and yeah, but I think for now we're gonna leave the bottom navigation just hanging out on the bottom, as that's already implemented and it's easier to just work from here on. We're gonna focus now on the home screen list. So let's check what we have already. Display a list of goals, done. Show current day on the navigation bar, done. Goals title, done. We have a goals title here. So that's kind of implemented. Do we want to ship this? I do not think so. I think it still looks ugly. So first thing what I'm noticing is the navigation bar. I don't know, like I removed this made this color more visible, the drop down shadow is essentially not a shadow, but it's just a line, black color line. We're not gonna have shadows. I think it should be super flat. But one thing I don't like it is the way it scrolls up, and this is something maybe we could figure out how to do it, because it's like the navigation bar takes like a lot of screen space. Maybe we want to shrink the title whenever we're scrolling, and something we're gonna try to figure out maybe along the way. The detail screen, we go detail screen. We can see what's implemented already. So we have the clicking on the goal opens the detail screen, done. Display goal title, as we can see it already does. Show a list of habits of the goals. This is actually not finished. Now if you see, if you click on a goal, it shows all the time the same habits. And what we want to display is essentially the habits only for that specific goal. So yeah, maybe let's start working on that straight away. Let's see what our project, how our project looks like. Goal details page, and we can close everything else just to have close to the right, close others. Perfect. So what do we have here? Well, we have the content, which is essentially a single scroll child, single child scroll view. It displays the subtitle, the title, then activities widget. An activities widget is essentially this list. I see that we still don't have the error states. Is something we need to figure out how we're gonna implement it. How it's gonna look like. Oh yeah, I wanna show you. I'm not sure if I showed you before, but we have cloud design. I'm not sure if I discussed this, but all the designs are made for Biksie app. Is actually made by the cloud design, which was released I think not a long time ago, maybe a couple of weeks ago or a week ago. As you've seen before, we used Google Stitch. It really sucked, to be honest. So yeah, we created these designs. It looks nice. When you look at it, you know, it looks like, oh yeah, it's something I would use for the application. But when you try to actually implement it and think about the, you know, the application structure and how it's supposed to be used, you know, it's not applicable. You cannot just take this design, you know, and implement it in the app. Because yeah, you have like this gear, you know, and drawer menu, which is not a thing anymore in the apps, you know. And the navigation bar looks like cramped. You know, you cannot make it like a pixel perfect implementation of the screens. And good morning, you know, the text is just like, it takes 3 lines. It looks, you know, when from first look it looks nice, but when you start like looking at the details, it's like sucks. There is like nothing I can actually use. Active system, you know, like what the fuck is this? Now obviously you could attach a file, so probably some sort of screenshots or something like that, you know. Design system, I see that you can just pick, or you can create new one. Let me see. So you can create like design system essentially, and how you want to implement the application. But It's cool for brainstorming ideas and how visually it's supposed to look like, but it's nothing like cloud design. And now, what's the difference in cloud design and the Stitch? Then in cloud design, first of all, it creates more accurate designs for the application, even though you can see that it's like the margins are off, you know, maybe it's more compact and the screen, you know, screen doesn't maybe, you know, align with the home screen measurement. It's like more, I don't even know what's the difference. You see it's like much longer, but it's not the problem, you know. It creates much better designs and more app-looking designs, even though it adds as well as fuck ton of not necessary information like this, you know. Labels I did ask, but it looks more coherent, and it also provides like, different variations of screen, and you have these variants. Essentially, you know, you can play around with it, which is super nice. Same with the goal details, you know, it implemented like all these variations. I picked this one because I think it's the best looking one, and it's like something I actually imagine how it's supposed to look like. It obviously generates HTML designs, but the most and more important part is that you can actually draw. You can say, oh, this sucks, you know. You can say sucks, you know, but I'm not sure that you're gonna pick it up, but you can mark which parts, you know, of the design actually you don't like it, and you can just send it, you know, to AI itself. Another neat function is that you can select an element and add comment, you know, and say, I don't like this, don't like this, and then you can just send it to cloud and generate essentially a new variation for this. You can edit it yourself. Another amazing thing, you know, you can just click on this and see, you know, what you don't like, and you try to change it. So you can change, for example, the color. You can select fonts, you know. Amazing. You essentially have the full on editor here. Another thing, before I generated all these things, you can upload the whole project, and this is what I've done. Uploaded the whole my project, and the project already has, you know, documents, I think, yes. It has like design documents, it has like app theme implementation with the colors, you know, typography used. It sucked actually, to be honest, picking the typography, and it picked, I think I'm using like Inter fonts, but it did add different fonts, you know, than I was using. So I think up here it used Inter. Can we even select this? No, it actually used Apple system. That's why I thought this like looks totally different. But this is Inter. No, it's Apple system. What? A little bit confused because I actually thought that this is using Inter, because I asked at some point. It was saying that this is, yeah, you see, it's Inter. Maybe Inter is Apple system font. I'm not sure. But what I was talking about, that essentially you can upload the project, it picks up the whole design system, and then it can generate, you know, the designs according to that design system that we chose. And it's amazing, to be honest. Like, it's totally next level, and then the Google Stitch are gonna be using this because I'm shitty designer. I don't wanna be playing with the design, so I'm gonna be continuously using this. Already created 2 screens, so the details, home page, you know, for goals and goal details. But the issue is that I hit the daily design usage essentially from 2 screens, and I couldn't fix anything what I asked to add momentum labels in here. Oh, it did reset, because it was saying on my account that it's essentially gonna take okay. What is these sounds? Creepy sounds. Let me see. It's a little bit annoying because I did add a comment, but it doesn't let me. Edit it or see what was the comment, so I like already forgot. But let's try it out live, okay? So this is habit tracking, right? Thing, and first of all, let's just design. Let's try this cloud design and see what's the issue first of all, and then let's try to create the designs. And I'm gonna show you how I actually use it. So in previous app version, we use momentum labels, and momentum labels live in profile, and it calculates the 14-day running momentum of your habits. So essentially, this bar is today. This is the previous days of 2 weeks, what essentially you were tracking. So if you would just go around and track, for example, these, you would go up here. The bar essentially gonna be full because you finished all habits today. And if you go, like for example, to Wednesday, you finish all these. To Tuesday, finish all these. Again, Monday, done. You go back up here. I'm gonna recalculate with essentially you finishing the habits. I see that there is. The calculation is a little bit off because I finished up here 100%, I think, and it does calculate just 2 habits, right? It should have been like 100%. It should have been full. Anyway, it calculates momentum, but the issue with this momentum that it tracks all the habits and how to explain it now. Currently it does make sense. So if you track the all habits, you know, you see the momentum label up here, but it takes all the completed habits. What we're gonna introduce is milestones, and because of the milestones, the momentum doesn't really make sense anymore, because what is momentum? Do we count the milestones, or we just counting, you know, the habits? For this reason, I think the best design choice would be to actually move the momentum label under each habit. But I do not know where we're gonna try to display it, because it feels, for tracking, it doesn't really make sense, right, to display it. And I'm just like right now brainstorming, because before I thought I was gonna display maybe some small graph, you know, under each habit when you're tracking it. But why would we display it, you know, here? I think it would make more sense to display it up here, actually, to see all the habits that activities that you're tracking and what momentum it gains. I think this screen makes more sense. So yeah, we can take the screenshot, and instead of trying to fix this, let's actually fix this screen. Or we want to generate, maybe let's just generate another screen, the activity screen. Let's just fix it again. So instead of this label, we want to see today button, which is text button with a underscore. Is it underscore below the text? So adding this comment. This won't be a progress bar, but it will be gray or fully completed with a check mark. This is gonna be a progress. Be a circular progress bar with states 0, 0.5 and 1. I think it's not gonna understand where 1 is fully filled progress bar. Let's just say this. Another command gonna be up here. Today will be always center. Center. What's up? Am I pronouncing center wrong? Center. Why are you even complaining? What the fuck? Maybe center. I don't know. Today will be always in the center and won't have background. Today will be marked as bold text instead. Let's see how smart it is. I actually never used it for edits. I tried for a bit and it fixed like small details, but not like that many. This will be called activities. Let's see how smart it is. Milestones will have max. Oh, it is 3 items. It is 3 items, and then 4th is going to be this. I think that makes sense. Let's see. So we have these, right? We have these commands, and let's implement these changes. Let's see how it fixes everything. Let's see how smart it is. I do not have many hopes. I do not have many hopes with this designer, but I think maybe pointing out to specific thing and asking to fix the specific things is gonna figure out what to do. Let's see how well that works. I like AI coding, just like do and scroll. You ask to make changes and then you scroll on TikTok pretty much all day. Joking, actually do a lot of work, but it's much easier. So let's see into our planning and let's check a little bit later to our cloud designer. Like I mentioned, all these designs are essentially created with the cloud design and I like it. So let's fix this one. Show a list of habits of the goal. And we can see what goals have which. So essentially morning routine has all the activities and the rest of them don't. So let's find it in the code. Let's try to fix it. This is gonna be logic of the block. Okay, the fuck is this? How come it fetches all activities then? This does not make sense. Wait, if I go over here and up here, it has all activities. I'm so confused. Print. Plan. Activities, status, link plans. So we have this one. Activity plan. Okay. This is the ID. And this is the ID. And this is the ID. And this is the ID. Okay, and it has one. Alright, that makes sense. Now we clear this. And we go here. Now we have this ID and we have 0 activities. What did we do? Okay, I see. We created actually another block for the activities itself. Actually, I'm not sure if that's the best idea, but it has a lot of logic for tracking and untracking the activities. So for now I left it as it is because it has also the state, activity state. It's more of a how do you explain it? A widget logic, specific widget logic. So that kind of made sense for me to actually to separate this into different block. So we have a block up here, an activities widget, and probably we would like to extract this thing and out of the screen. And I think it would make sense when we're gonna have the milestones as well implemented, but for now we can just leave it here. It doesn't actually do a lot of harm. Okay, so let's see how that works. We have a block, we have day activities, and probably day activities is fetching all the activities, yes, by date. We need to do something else up here, and we want to fetch, instead of day activities, we want to fetch plan activities. And the way we're gonna do that, is actually do not have an idea how to do that, because the get day activities does like a lot of logic over here. So today activities, it fetches all activities, then we filtering by item, and item is what? activity filter. Yeah, so we're just filtering the activities by date, start and date, and then we check if the weekday is in the frequency, and then we display it. Okay. Then we take activity IDs from what? We just map all the activities into IDs. Then the tracking data we fetch. Tracking data, because we keep it separately in database. We fetch it separately. And then we map and essentially assign the tracking data to the activity itself. And this is how we get day activity. And day activity is just merge of activity and tracking data. And if it doesn't have the tracking data, it means that it wasn't tracked yet. As simple as that. Now what we want to do is actually we want to provide the ID of the plan and then fetch the activities, essentially what we're doing right now up here, but filter it by the plan ID. We could fix this one, but we use this implementation, so in this case we need to create another use case. This use case we're gonna call get plan the activities. The reason I copied, because it's essentially the same implementation, we just need to provide the plan ID, get plan the activities. The logic is pretty much the same, except that we provide the plan ID. And we actually want to make it required just for the readability. Because a name parameter is a little bit annoying, especially if you mix in the types like string and date, like what it actually means, and you do not know what it means, so after a while. Already start getting the warnings for using the copyrighted music, which I'm not sure is true. Then get flagged for the previous times, previous streams. So hopefully this time gonna be okay. All right, so we have plan ID. Now we fetch all activities, get day activities. Why we do this? Oh, because we cache it, okay. So if it's empty, we do the request. If it's not empty, we essentially fetching. We just use the all activities, okay. That makes sense. Now get the activities. We have get plan activities. We do have it. We do filter active up here though, so we could reuse that. And get plan activities. We could reuse this one, but we need to get batch, okay. I know that there was an issue with something, the issue was that you cannot get more than 10 of them at once. Or maybe it was linking issue. Yeah, I think it was linking. Because this one is not limited. Yeah, it's not limited, okay. So we do need to filter, yeah, so what we're gonna do actually, instead of get activities, we're gonna do get plan activities. Like that. But now what we wanna do is filter it. What was it? Get activities. I need this logic. Filter active. This actually can be deleted. And let's filter active. Yo, what the fuck? Why are you jumping out there? You stop. Like, I cannot get used to this auto completion, because like this auto completion is just like I don't know, like I constantly lost where it like teleports me in the code, because it just like figures out randomly how it's called. Wait, what? How do I use this? Just with that? Can I do this with just gonna be can I just use like this? Filter active. Now it has to be like that. It has to be essentially like this. And it has to return string, not string but boolean value. Yeah, when I'm coding it's much harder to speak to the chat, so maybe we're gonna figure out how we're gonna do more entertaining streams instead of me coding. I think what would be the best actually for streams is instead of me coding, I could be coding behind the scenes, and we essentially would be going through design changes or something, you know, much more entertaining. Now look at this method. We could just essentially do all this filtering. Need to take activity and return bool. I think we could just do it in a line. It would be much more sensible. Because now we're just gonna check item status. Yes, it does make sense. It makes sense to add and create a method for that. And just do this. What happened? Actually, I don't know how, maybe we can do like this. difficult to read when it's zoomed in. Like I worked on this, like pretty much like that. So for me, this is already too large. Okay, what happened? I removed something. Okay, let's bring it back because I pulled my head back. Yeah, so that's pretty much it. This should already be working the way I imagined it would work. Make it accurate. We're gonna have errors every day. We need to update this. I think I'm gonna take a short 5-minute break. I'm just gonna go to the toilet and get something to drink. Be right back in 5 minutes. Okay, we are back. So what we were doing, we were implementing the plan details, we are getting the habits for the plan itself rather than getting for let's see first of all what the designs cloud actually implemented. Okay, you see it's like messed up. Oh, it actually didn't. Alright, nice. This is actually what it created. So this kind of doesn't make sense. This, yeah, it kind of edited properly the designs. I feel like it added a today button. This obviously doesn't look coherent, but it did fix whatever I asked it to fix. Essentially to make bold middle, the very middle one, remove that background. So I think it actually implemented the designs however I wanted. Let's straight away, I think, start new chat, and we're gonna actually attach the screenshot we made today. This one, and we're gonna say, we're gonna ask to design the activity list screen for this. Now I'm trying to figure out whether it's gonna start designing for the. Let me check. I wonder if the chat starts with this or no. Because we have pages in here, drag in a Figma file. Always a screenshot. So as far as I understand, this is in the same project. Let's describe what we want. Okay, so I attached a screenshot with a list of activities, habits. This is currently implemented in the application, and we want to redesign the screen. Currently each item activity has a title and frequency below it, on which days it should be tracked. We want to update the designs to match home goals, screen designs, and goal details to match home goal screen and goal details screen designs. The main feature in this screen is going to be a momentum graph below momentum graph. Like we don't want to limit it, and it can think whatever it wants to think and implement the way it wants to, because I can imagine how it's supposed to look like, but I want AI to give me some ideas, new ideas how it could imagine the graph implemented. Because if you look at this list, right, it kind of sucks. Like, it's unnecessary labels. I don't want to see on which days it's tracked, on which days it's not. And the way I would simply imagine maybe, you know, to display this graph below it, you know, like, or up here or here, you know. But I want to see what the AI can come up with, maybe some nicer design. Going to be a momentum graph for each activity. It's not necessary. It's not necessarily a graph. But we want to display a momentum that the user has for each activity. The past 7 days, let's say, because we don't want to show 2 weeks anymore. Okay. Yeah. Let's see what they're gonna come up with. Allow access, yes. You can read everything on my PC. Read my mind too. I don't want to think for me. This is what we want to achieve with AI. That will be just brainless meatbag sitting in front of PC, and AI just reads my mind and creates and publish application and makes millions with it. This is what I want. I don't want to be sitting and developing and thinking and making business out of it. No, I don't want this. That's why we're creating AI. I want to be potato bag from the Wally who is sitting in this disabled wheelchair and watching TV. I want to watch TV. I don't want to wake up early in the morning, go for a run every single day. Get plan activities. This is how we want to get plan day activities. This is how we want to call them. Bam bam. And now we need plan ID. This is what we need. How do we get plan ID? Great fucking question, because I do not know. Obviously we need to probably fetch it through here, through constructor, because this is where we would want to already know it. Now the difficult part, I feel like, this all was contained in oh no, actually it's okay, we create the block here. We do give multi-block provider. Okay, nice. This is how it works. So first of all, we need to get plan the activities. And do not laugh from me that I do not know my own project, but to be honest, it's AI implemented my majority of these things. I'm just now fixing what it messed up, you know. So obviously I do not know every single detail of what's in the code. Neither I care. I provide the structure, I provide the tests, and I know it works, and I provide designs. So it looks nice. That's what we want to do. We don't want this anymore. We want this now. What do you need? Let's get the other activities. Okay. So the issue now with this implementation and the fact that we are migrating from a previous app implementation. Let me remind you guys. Oh, look what it made. Horrible. Honestly, horrible. This is so bad. How to even say that it's so bad? Okay, this is this is horrible. We want a simple design. We want to remove frequency labels. We just want the title and momentum for each activity. We don't want activities labels on top of the screen. You know, like when you use AI, for example, to design things like that or to code, it's like you know, when it actually makes something good, like writes, you know, code in a good way that I don't need to fix it, it's like, yeah, you know, it's nice, it kind of, you know, makes sense. But when it generates piece of shit design like this, then it's like, what the fuck I'm paying for, you know, because I pay for this AI, you know, like not much, but like 15 euros a month. But now it's like, you know, it's like having a shitty, you know, employee. It's like, what the fuck you're making here? Like I hired you, you know, as designer, and you give me this, you know? I know that it's not expensive, but then I'm like hitting a limit, you know, of the day, and it's like, what the fuck, I hit the limit with the designs, you know, this is the designs you gave it to me. And this is pretty much the whole, you know, the way I use AI is just give me something, you know, sort of working, and then let me, you know, fix the issues you created, and then be just frustrated what I'm paying for. This is coding in a nutshell. Alright, perfect. We do not see anything up here. Let's just test quickly. Let's create new activity. You know, let's make a little bit more. Wait, let's go here to calls. Let's edit this one. Let's call it goal. App crashed, okay. Let's just ignore this one. Okay, so the reason it crashed because of this context menu. It happens pretty frequently, to be honest. But it's platform specific crash. It's not something I can fix it, to be honest. I don't think at least I can fix this. I tried to research this bug before, but it doesn't seem that it's crashing because of the Flutter implementation, but more of it something to do with iOS implementation. Because I do think it uses the iOS native context menu for that. Okay, it crashed again. So if I press delete, then I'm selecting the text. Because it tries to display it probably multiple times. I think, yeah, it's like platform channel dispatcher. So it dispatches to platform to dismiss the context menu and it actually crashes. Okay, we are getting somewhere. I like more how it looks like. Okay, I like this more. But now graphs are the main, the graphs creating a lot of noise in the screen. Also, it does not match other screens you designed. You need to innovate, innovate here. Innovate here. It's better, but like, come on, bro. Like, I could design this better. I'm not a designer, okay? Otherwise we're going to Fiverr to find designers. Let's try this again. Yes, you see, if I don't trigger the context menu, it's fine. We need to fix this button. Check both one. So I know how to reproduce this crash. You essentially double click to select it like this, and then press another like any kind of button on the keyboard. In this case I press escape and it just crashed. So whenever this context menu is being removed, then it crashes. So like if I would double tap and press backspace, it would crash as well. Should I report it? I don't think it happens in production. At least I haven't seen any errors in production, so I don't think it's a big issue. Let's go to goals and let's update this goal. Let's not double click it. Wow. And now we want to edit the goals, so we want to remove this. Let's flip 2. Go here, let's add, we need to redesign all these screens. It just doesn't make sense anymore. So now every goal has okay, perfect. Every goal, and this is repeating. Okay. Now if we go here, perfect. Go here, perfect. Here, perfect. Alright, it works. We fixed the bug that we had. Let's just check some errors. What do we have? What's the issue here? Oh, this one is not used. Okay, so this is old implementation. We're gonna leave it. Let's quickly check what we implemented. So we implemented get plan day activities, which essentially fetches the activities for a specific plan. Rename a couple of things. Essentially added up there. Okay, perfect. And this is just renaming. Yeah, perfect. Alright, cool. We have this working. Let's check on designs. God damn. It's horrible. it's like it just became shitty. Look at this design. Like this is perfect, you know. This like I like. This is like what the fuck is this? It's like legitimately no effort, you know. Like work harder. Work harder. We want to take inspiration from your previous screens. All details and home goals. Inspiration. And we want more details in the screen, but make it look simple. It's just pointless. At this point I'm just burning tokens. I feel like it's not gonna figure out. You can see, you can feel it's not gonna figure out. Alright, show a list of habits of the goal. Done. Calendar view should have a today button. Let's add today button. Let's just commit this one so we wouldn't mix things up. To be honest, we already mixed this up. This is home screen goals. And we're working on goal details. Well, whatever. I'm gonna ask AI to split this later on. Git commit. Let's call it feature. And what we implemented here was, to be honest, we can just amend these changes to previous comments so it's gonna be easy. What I'm taking screenshots. We just amending changes to last comment. Okay, let's add now today button. Goal details. I think it's okay, right? Goal details page. There's left, right, top and bottom. So we have padding up here, and to the side. What we actually want to do is take this and put row here on the children. And then main axis size, I think. No, main axis alignment, space between. This is what we want, I think. Now we want to check activity tracking page. We want to see how the today button is implemented. Today, we have today. We want this. Actually, we could just split it to the side. Split right. The button. Localization. What's your issue? Localizations. Okay, what do you do? Okay, block. Let's create a method. Let's move this method somewhere here, I think. And then calendar controller. I hope we have it. Yes. Animate to today. How perfect is that? Nice. It works. It works like magic. So, we actually implemented a couple of features. Let's quickly check on the design. Again, it's just like it's not too bad, to be honest. Like if you remove like these subtitles and leave it the title and these strong labels, this is what I actually imagine how it's gonna look like, except that it displays 4 dots, and we probably want something like 7 dots, you know. What we could actually try to do it is implement something like this, you know, bars, and just smaller bars, you know, to see how the progression looks like. I think that would make sense as well. Just that because it's horizontal, I feel like this below it with a lot of repeating, I don't know, maybe repeating, you know, pattern wouldn't look that nice. Where the dots, if instead of dots we would have squares to match the design that we have up here. You could imagine 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so it's quite a lot of dots, squares. If we would compact it, it would probably would be somewhere here, right? But then momentum, so the issue with this is that it has 2 states, right? Every single dot has 0, 1. Up here momentum is, this is 100%, this is 50%. So, but you could have, if you would have 3 of them, you have like quarters as well. So this allows the quarters and this doesn't. It's either, you know, 0, 50 or 100 would be like that. Which then, would you actually would want to see the quarters, or it makes sense to see only 0, 50 and 100%? I feel like quarters make sense because like you might be not tracking so accurately, you know, like some of them. So you want to see the difference, you know, between the 100 and 75%. Obviously you would see the labels. I feel like maybe labels would be enough in this case. Yeah, I think labels would be enough too, because we have labels actually for, if I check strong, I think, or growing. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4 labels. So we could display 4 different states for each square. So I guess that makes sense. So yeah, designs are shitty. I think it doesn't differentiate from goals because yeah, goals is essentially the same here. And we want to differentiate, so we're gonna think about something like probably we're gonna remove this, 100% we're gonna remove this, the chevron 100% removed, and then labels, and maybe then for the goals we're gonna display some sort of different labels just to see the actual difference. Alright, I think we today implemented quite a bit of things. It wasn't too bad. I thought we're not gonna do that much as we did. Actually, let me implement a couple of more tasks because I feel like yeah, in these streams we should do more. Obviously on stream it's much harder to implement some things. Then I would just be fully focusing on it. Calendar view should have today button. Clicking on activity should open activity details page, so we can probably easily implement this. Let's just quickly look at that. Now, because I do plan streams and what we are working on, it's hard to actually plan the work I want to do and the way I work, for example, to split it and even commits and cleanly implement this. Straight away I need to add a couple of other tasks, what I noticed. Error states. Bug in design. No, that actually is not a bug, but missing feature. Say mobile error states, empty states. A lot of refactoring happening and we focusing on multiple things so that I wouldn't forget. Because right now we just see displaying center child, we want maybe some sort of SVG icon or something like that, just to look more normal, more professional, let's say. And obviously the empty state that we've seen is too small, it has to expand, so we need to adjust and figure out how we want to display it, because in this screen, when we're gonna have milestones, it's gonna be split in half essentially. So displaying maybe giant empty state, it doesn't make sense. We need to figure out maybe smaller, maybe bigger, maybe smaller. We need to play around and figure out how we want to do that. Okay. So where we at with the implementation, we want details screen as we have up here. And to do that, we have goal details router. Now I'm thinking where we want to display this. Because this one pushes, right? So when we press, we want to actually display it as pop-up menu as we used to. And we could check in where activity tracking page. In the router itself. So we're gonna have this. And let's split it right. So we're gonna have a callback, as I see. We're gonna have callback back to the home router, where the logic actually should be already implemented. Pretty much just this. Very neat. Am I blind? Where is 0? Wait, what? fix it there or what the fuck? No, I don't want this. What's happening? I want this. You definitely want to name it because look, it doesn't make sense. Like, what the fuck are you saying? Call me, you know? Actually, I don't like this. Wait, do we need that or no? I think we need. Do we need the fucking arrow here? No, wait, what? Let me make sure. Am I tripping? Or what's happening? I think maybe I need to restart because I do not know why, because I use Go Router, right? On other apps, and on other apps it actually, without an issue, it just hot reloads, and then it fixes the navigation, you know, paths by itself. So like, for example, if I update the path, it just works out of the box. But sometimes I see that on this app specifically, and the routes are not actually, okay, so it's a different issue. Oh yeah, stupid me, so I didn't implement the on item tab. We want to add here required. Okay, now we probably won't have that, something like that. Activity click, and now we want to add here like so, and then in the screen itself, let's go on page activity tile. That's annoying now. I'm thinking, will that, let's see how the tile is actually implemented up here, because it's important not to obscure the sliver padding. What the fuck? List view, okay. This is the list view, okay, activity item on completion on item tab, and what's the difference? On item tab. So we have expanded. I think this is pretty much the same, so instead of padding, okay, we have padding up here. This has to be gesture detector. On top, widget. On item tab. And child gonna be this. And then don't remember why we need this opaque, but I think if you have like an item rectangle, right, and then you have another gesture recognizer detector, so the whole rectangle is gesture detector, but then you have another item which is, for example, in our case is the tracking thingy. We want to make this tracking thingy clickable as well. That means that the rectangle has to be opaque behavior. As far as I understand, don't quote me on this. But I assume this is how it works, essentially. Because otherwise you would get like a double tap states, which we want to avoid. This is horrible. The way we work, we all the time put things on top, and then we add this one, like so. Perfect. And now on the completion, we want to item tap, and then we can just delegate this to on activity click. What's the issue? Void callback. We don't want a void callback here. We want a function which actually provides the activity. Activity. I'm so tired already. So tired I cannot think, but trying my best. That should work. Logically thinking, but we don't use logic much here. Actually works. Nice. And I think it works the way I would imagine it's supposed to work. You click on the goal, you open the sheet. I think that makes a lot of sense. Perfect. Let's just quickly check if the update state's working. 34 updated. No, it didn't update. Okay, fuck. That sucks. And what the fuck just happened? Am I tripping or this was completed before? And didn't this have like multiple goals? Yeah. Huh? I'm so confused. What I think happened. I'm so confused what's happening here. So which we don't see food too. And this should be tracked on every single day. Or it has end date. But I swear I didn't add the end date. So the end date just appeared, or what the fuck happened? But I just updated this call. I do not understand why. Maybe I'm just tripping, maybe we didn't have this. Wait, let me just complete all of these. Okay, we completed all of these. Let's just say we'll take this one to full 11. That's to complete it. To complete it. Don't know what happened, but seems to work. Anyway, we do have tests, so I think it's just like some misunderstanding. I'm not sure what happened, to be honest. Anyway, this is pretty much it for today. We actually completed the whole implementation of the goal details. What we're gonna be working next stream, besides all enhancements, this is definitely not correctly calculating. Need to check that. We do have already the goal details. We have the goals. Next stream we probably gonna be implementing the most likely a focus mode. So what I mentioned, essentially pressing on focus mode, it's gonna display all the activities what we want to track for that day in single list, rather than you would need to go on each item and track it. So it's gonna look pretty much the same as we have right now. In Google Play Store, I can show you how it looks like. Currently we have focus mode like this, and this is something we're gonna try to achieve. So we're actually gonna remove the whole filtering system from here. Gonna still hide the bottom navigation sheet, bottom navigation bar. Gonna display the percentage, we're gonna remove the filters, and we're gonna display all the activities. We're gonna figure out how we're gonna display the milestones in this screen as well. It's probably not gonna be it's not gonna be possible to implement it, I guess. Maybe we're gonna add, milestones that user can actually select which ones are visible in the focus mode. Because if you would have like 20 goals, and each goal would have like 5 milestones, that list would be enormous here. So it doesn't make sense. And the focus mode is more something that user would use every single day. So like I mentioned, I don't want to go navigate to each goal to track it. So we need to figure out how to implement this. But I do feel like we want to display milestones, maybe no, maybe it's just good for tracking activities itself. So yeah, I think we've done quite a lot today, and I'm pretty happy with the progress. I think I'm gonna start working behind the scenes as well, not during on the streams. So some of the things, maybe like bug fixes, or like error state, empty states, is something I'm gonna do behind the scenes, and work like on something more interesting like focus mode during the streams, because during the streams it's really hard to focus and actually implement something that takes brain power to do so. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and hopefully let's see next week on Monday. Next stream is gonna be on Monday, I think 27th, and I cannot actually promise that because here in Netherlands we have King's Day. So I really hope I can make it and gonna stream it if I'm not gonna go and party. In case I do, we're gonna see each other then on Thursday. And then we're gonna be working on the focus mode. So thank you very much for watching, and see you next time. Bye bye.